Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. I am currently getting ready to go to this summer kickoff festival thing that our town does, and I need to put on some sunscreen. So yeah, we're taking the kids. We go every year. It's like the first weekend in June usually, and it's fine. It's a very small town, so I don't know, it's not a very large festival. They usually have a balloon animal person, face painting. There's treats and a little petting zoo of farm animals. It's a little sad, but they're cute. Yeah, I don't know, it's cute. They have you can ride the fire truck and stuff like that. So the kids really like it. And it's one of those quintessential small town moments. You're like, oh, it's the summer festival, yay! So we go. It is hot. It is gonna be hot. My shirt is really wrinkly. Wow. Maybe I should iron that. Maybe I don't care. I don't know. I don't think I care. But it is hot. So I'm trying to kind of mentally prepare myself as much as possible. There's lots of ice water. There's one place that you can go that is air conditioned. We usually do that towards the end. But maybe we'll do it in the middle if it gets too hot. And this year they have a foam party, which is a new thing. Someone is gonna shoot foam. I don't know, it sounds like something the kids will enjoy, but maybe it'll also be a little cooler there. I'm not really sure. It is a family tradition though at this point. We moved here 6 years ago. Yeah, we moved in 2020, so 6 years ago this fall. And we have gone almost every year since. I think we've been there 4 years. It's one of those things that the kids get excited to do with us, and that's kind of fun. We're all still doing it together. I think our oldest is probably aging out of it a little bit, although the foam party sounds a little bit more up her alley this year, so we'll see how that goes. I think we keep going because it's not I enjoy it. As a parent, it's really kind of miserable. It's very hot. There's stuff everywhere. It's very overstimulating. There's children running all over the place. Usually kids get whiny because it's hot. That part is not fun, but it's fun to do all the things together and to have this kind of special to us because it's local tradition that we can do and keep us, together at the start of summer where things are kind of scattered. You've got kids at this camp and kids at that camp and we're busy and blah, blah, blah. There's just a lot going on, so we can come together and do this together. And I don't know if this is making any sense, but this is why I keep doing it, because it's tradition, but it's a fun, sweet tradition, not just a tradition for the sake of tradition. Yeah, so that's where we're starting off the vlog this week. We'll see how it goes. We'll have a little bit of fun. Hopefully I don't melt. Hey guys, it's the next day and I need to wrap Father's Day gifts, but I could not find the tape. So yeah, we went to the festival yesterday and hang on, let me get this set up and then we can chat. Okay, found my tape. I need to wrap some Father's Day gifts. We got Caleb some bread baking things to kind of go along with the whole, we're remodeling and upgrading our kitchen, so let's remodel and upgrade your bread baking experience, I guess. Hi, Finn. Hi, buddy. He hates affection. Anyway, so I got this proofing tub for when his bread is rising. He can use this. He just grabs random Tupperwares right now, which works fine, I guess, but it'll be nice to have a dedicated space. And then I also got this, what do you call this? Okay, a baking shell. This is from Broad & Taylor. It's a metal thing. I'm not going to take it out of the box because it's wrapped up in there all cozy. But you put it over the bread while it's baking and it traps steam, is my understanding, and that makes a crispier outer crust. I'm not the baker in the family. What do I know? I'm just Googling stuff and trying to figure out what he might like. Then finally I got a baking shell, a baking steel. So this is kind of like a cookie tray, but it's made of steel, I believe. and it heats better and more evenly. You preheat it in the oven and then bake your bread on it, and again, it gives it like a nice crispy bottom. So that's what we're working with. And I don't have any kind of like neutral wrapping paper, so I'm using Christmas paper, but it's green plaid. That's kind of manly and fathery, right? Right? We're gonna go with that. So that's what we're doing today. Oh, I need my microphone. Hold on. Okay, how's that? Is that better? Let me see if I can get it on my shirt. Is that better? Can you hear me? I hope so. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna use Christmas wrapping paper and wrap this tote. I think I'm gonna wrap them all separately. We went to the summer festival yesterday, and it was exactly what I predicted. Like, it's fun, it's cute, it's really, really hot, and everybody's kind of whiny by the end of it. They rode the fire truck, they did the foam party, which that was honestly kind of cool. We got there like right at the end of it, so they were shutting it down, but up until we got there, they had this, like they're shooting foam, like a giant cannon of foam out into the grass. And the kids are all running around and getting really dirty because I think they tore up the grass, so it's basically like a giant mud pit at the end of this. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. It was cute. Again, it's tradition. I'm glad that we went. But like afterwards, I felt so wiped and just exhausted and like cranky. I did not want to do anything. I was so irritable. I was just, it was not a good time. And it was because of the heat. Like the heat just gets to me and it just sucks me dry, I swear. Like I feel like I can do one hot thing like a month and then I need air conditioning for the rest of the summer. It was good. I felt like we discussed ahead of time what we were willing to spend money on, as far as like food and little like trinkets and whatever, instead of doing that in the moment. Felt like that was a really good strategy. One, because I just felt prepared, but also because the kids are like hot and whiny, and we're hot and not whiny, but irritable. And like standing in the sun discussing all of that would not have been fun. But we had a plan going in, and so we could just answer the question, blah, blah, blah. Yes, the kids still whined a little bit, but we could move on, and I felt a lot calmer doing it that way. So I'm glad we did that ahead of time. But yeah, the heat is just so draining, and I just want to hide from it all summer long and just not do anything. Like it makes me not want to do anything, even when I'm inside. Even when I'm inside, I know it's hot and I don't want to do it. So yeah, I'm definitely probably letting the girls watch a little bit too much TV today in order to have a little bit of peace to recover. I'm gonna be okay with that. It's all about balance. I just feel like run down. Again, today it's in the 90s. It is so hot. And I'm inside, but I'm inside, but I like know how hot it is outside, and I just like, can't deal. And I feel like I'm almost trapped inside. This one's done. I feel trapped inside because I can't, like even if I were just to go somewhere in the car, going from the house to the car or the car to wherever I'm going and such, you know, like it's so hot and you have to wait for things to cool down, and in between you get really sweaty, and I hate being sweaty and I hate being cranky, and I am sweaty and cranky all summer long. So today, after I get this done, I need to do some laundry. I want to tidy the living room because the whole house is a mess, but if I just do like one space, I think I'll feel better instead of feeling overwhelmed trying to do all the spaces. I don't want to do anything. I'm so unmotivated, but I think if I just get something done, just a small something, then, what is that? If I just get a small something done, hopefully that'll be enough, and then I can just enter like heat hiding hibernation mode. I feel kind of guilty sometimes because I don't want to do stuff in the summer. Like everybody's all, let's go here and let's do this and let's go to the lake and have a picnic and blah blah blah. I'm like, I'm sorry, but sitting outside on the ground eating food in 90 plus degrees and like 8 bajillion% humidity, like who are you and why do you think that that's fun? Because it's like the last thing in the world that I ever want to do. Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna finish wrapping these and then hopefully get a couple things done and then just crash most likely. It is now almost 8 o'clock, and I got a lot done today. I did laundry. I did 2 loads of dishes. We had a couple deliveries. All the appliances for the kitchen are here now. I tidied the living room. I did some vacuuming. I hit 10,000 steps. I was on it today, so I feel better, I suppose, about all of that because it just feels good when you can be productive. I actually got a lot more done than I expected to or thought that I could. So that's kind of a nice surprise. Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes in the summer I just get in this funk and it's really hard to get out of that. But like all it takes is one thing to change that situation, and often I can keep going and that'll snowball. I might pay for it tomorrow with feeling very unproductive tomorrow, because that seems to be a pattern that I go through. Really productive one day, and then the next day or the next 2 days I like hit a wall, but we'll see. Tomorrow's a work day, so that'll help. There's some structure and accountability there that'll kind of keep me going. So right now this evening I think I'm going to chill, but first I'm going to open my book of the month box because it was delivered today. I just finished it's right here. Good Joy, Bad Joy by Mickey Brammer. This is the same author that wrote The Collected Regrets of Clover, which I loved. That was one of my favorite books. This one was okay. It was not as strong. It was really great until about halfway through, and then it felt rushed. Like it felt like the end half of it was not as fully developed. Sorry, my dog is running laps around. She's anxious, so if you can hear that. Ren, stop it. Settle down. Good girl. Good girl. Anyway, about halfway through, it was not as good. It didn't feel as well developed, as well thought out. It felt rushed. Things were there were things that I just couldn't believe, like suspended belief, okay, but it wasn't that way in the first half, and then it required more of that from you in the second half, and it just felt like it wasn't edited well, I don't know, it just didn't feel right. So this was okay. I'm glad I read it, but I still like The Collected Regrets of Clover much better. I've since moved on to Unknown Caller by Gillian McAllister. She's a thriller author. I've only just gotten started. I'm probably less than 10% into that right now, but so far it's entertaining. So let's open my book of the month box. I think this month I only got 2 books, but I don't remember what ones I picked. Okay. So, Summer's Never Over by Darby Bozeman, and The One Day You Were My Husband by Rosie Walsh. I've heard a lot of things, interesting things about this one. This one sounds just kind of fun, and they both seemed like good, not light, they're thrillers, but just good, fun summer reads. If I remember right, this one is like they return to a summer camp or something. Yeah. Okay, so this girl, Greer, left a summer camp where something went wrong, and that summer was a nightmarish thing. Someone died. And so now she has returned, and she is kind of confronting the friends that were there that summer and what happened, and yeah, just coming back to terms with that. Greer has to make a choice, keep the Cove's secrets and her own, or finally confront what really happened. But yeah, both of these are coming onto my summer TBR because they both seem like just fun seasonal reads. But that's what I'm going to do for the rest of the evening. I think I'm going to sit down with my book and make some reading progress and just get cozy and relax after a good, productive day. You guys are never going to believe where I am right now. So my car was in the shop like a week ago to have them patch a flat tire and look at the starter. They had to end up replacing the starter thingy. I know a lot about cars, right? So we get it back, and a couple days later I noticed that it's making this kind of weird noise, and it sounds like it's coming from the back, probably from one of the wheels area, right? And it's like a weird, like, wet shoe noise is the best I can describe it, like quick, 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 quick. And it's rhythmic, so like it's happening as the tires are turning. I mentioned it to my husband. He's like, okay, keep an eye on it, blah, blah, blah. Keeps going. I keep mentioning it. Whatever. So yesterday, I'm driving on the highway, and the noise stops, but the whole car starts to shake. Like it's vibrating as I'm driving down the road, right? And then I go around this turn, and it feels like the car wobbles. Like, you know how when you're driving on ice and you can just feel yourself slide and like lose control of the steering? That's what happened, except it was like faster and weirder. I don't know. It was very weird. It was very scary. So I get home, and when Caleb got home, I told him, you need to go look at this. I told him what happened. I'm not going to drive it again until you look at it. So he goes out there, and he said that he noticed that on the back left tire, so the tire that they patched, one of the hubcap or lug nuts, is that what it's called? The lug nuts was missing. And when he reached out and touched the other ones, they were all finger loose. Like he could turn them all just standing there. So when they patched the tire, they didn't tighten it back down. And there's like the wheel hub that has the spokes, and then your tire sits over it, and then you tighten the lug nuts. So one of those spokes sheared off completely. It's missing an entire spoke now. So I'm at the mechanic to take my car back so that they can fix it and replace the wheel hub. Like, I could have died. I drive the highway every day. What if that had fallen off completely while I'm doing 65, 70 miles an hour with oncoming traffic? Oh my gosh! Like, so luckily I'm alive. Everything's okay. We have to fix a piece of the car now, but it could have been so much worse. So I'm trying to look at that bright side, but like, holy freaking crap. So yeah, I'm at the car place mechanic thing, dropping my car off again so they can fix it again. Good morning. It is like 9:30. It's kind of late actually, but I was woken up this morning around 4. Hang on. I woke up at like 4 because there was a huge thunderstorm, and it was very loud and bright. There was lots of like flashing lightning. I think that's probably actually what woke me up. So I was up for a couple of hours because I couldn't get back to sleep. And then I went back to sleep around like 6. And now it's like 9 something. And here I am. It's okay. It's a day off, obviously. So it's not... I don't have a lot that... Like, I don't need to be awake for. So it's fine if it's kind of a rough start to the day. I am hoping that a couple packages arrive today. I got an epilator, which if you don't know, it's kind of like an electric shaver, except instead of cutting hair, it pulls hair, plucks hair. Sounds painful, but supposedly the more often you do it, or not often, but like the more you do it, the less it hurts. Your body adapts. It gets easier to do. And obviously it lasts longer than shaving. I was looking at like a home laser hair removal thing, but they don't work on blonde or red hair. So I'm not a good candidate for that. And so this was the next best option. So hopefully that comes today so I can test it out. It was supposed to come on Monday and it never did. So we'll see. Then I'm also waiting for a package that has a semi-permanent tattoo in it. I have an appointment in September to get a tattoo. And I've been trying out a couple different placements. I had one on the inside of my arm for a while. And that was cute, but I don't think that's the right spot. So I'm going to try a little higher this time. And yeah, so once that arrives, I can try that also. They last like a week before... They only soak into the first layer of skin, I think it is, as opposed to like sitting on top, which a regular temporary tattoo does. So they last a little longer, but they're not permanent. So they're kind of fun to play with. But hopefully that arrives today too. But yeah, otherwise it's a pretty relaxed day. Hopefully those things show up. I've been waiting for quite a while. I feel like we're in that like era where we have no patience anymore because things usually show up right away, and then when they don't, it seems like it takes forever. I'm trying to be
patient. I might also end up taking a nap later because I still feel really tired. Interrupted sleep hits me harder now than it used to. I am once again in my closet decluttering. I feel like this particular area of my life, my closet, my clothes, is the hardest one for me to manage. And it's the one that most easily gets cluttered again, no matter what I do. And I think part of that comes from like when I was a kid, I was only allowed, like we ever went shopping for clothes once a year. My grandma would take us shopping for back to school and I would get clothes for that and there'd be a budget, etc. And that was pretty much it. Occasionally my parents would give me like $20 or something to go to the mall with my friends and I would always spend that on clothes. But like growing up as a kid, your clothes are part of that like experimental phase, and yes, you're growing out of them quickly, but like it's a huge part of self-expression, or at least it was for me. So like the fact that I didn't get them very often made me hold on to everything forever. Like I was never willing to get rid of anything, and that lasted for a really long time. And now as an adult, I still feel that like it feels dangerous to get rid of anything because what if I don't get it back? What if I need it? What if whatever? Like so many what ifs. And that's kind of the way it is with all decluttering, I know, but I don't know. It feels particularly strong and difficult to deal with when it comes to my clothes. Can you hear my dog downstairs? She's barking at the delivery man. So, I don't know. As the last couple years, I feel like I have been getting a little bit better. I have finally started to believe that grown-up me is going to take care of me. Like, it's okay to get rid of some clothing because if I need it again or if I need something similar, I can replace it. I can and will go buy the new thing that I need. And that's kind of like a new thought process for me, that's even a possibility. Like replacing it is an option. It's not going to be my mom telling me, well, I just bought you one of those 2 years ago, so why do you need it? Like that would happen a lot. And I'm not going to do that to myself. It's okay to let go of things and then have that be a mistake. Now, I don't want to do that all the time. I don't want to be wasteful, but there's a difference between being intentionally wasteful and just making a mistake. Mistakes I can learn and grow from and come back from. That's fine. That's okay. That's part of life. So I feel like I am doing a little bit better, but it's still not easy. And it's not It's especially not easy when it comes to my clothes. For me, that's just a very emotional thing. I don't know. So I'm here once again filling up a box. Got my trusty box with me. This is actually, I think after this box I have 15 left, which means I'll have done 10 of these from that big pack that I bought. And I've also done several from like Amazon packages, so just boxes that have arrived that were probably roughly this size, maybe some that were smaller too. So like those 10 boxes that I've done are not the only boxes that I've gotten rid of. Now, those were not all closed. Don't think that. Like I've done other stuff around the house too, but I know that several of them were closed. So I'm making progress. It feels slow, but it's still there. So yeah, part of the process is you live and you learn. And that means, going through some things sometimes. And I don't throw them away. I donate them, like this tank top. Oops. Perfectly good tank top. Very cute. Not my color. Somebody else can wear this. I can donate this. I'm okay with that. Like, I have learned to be okay with letting go. Even though I love the pattern on this. Very cute. Don't have a lot of tank tops. Like, a little nervous that I'm not going to have something to wear this summer for the perfect occasion, blah, blah, blah. It's okay. I'll figure it out and I will find something that is more me, and that's okay. This does not need to stay. I also have this like probation rack behind me where if there's something that I don't know if I want to keep it or it feels iffy, I put it over there and usually forget about it for a while and then eventually get rid of it. Or I try it on. Some of them are things that I've just never tried on, to be honest with you. That's a little embarrassing to admit, but it's the truth. And so try it on and it fits or doesn't fit and we evaluate from there. But it has to be like pulled from the rest of the closet somehow for me to remember that it's there and look at it and then eventually make a decision about it. That's part of this. Is just I hate making decisions. It's not my cup of tea. It's not easy. It's stressful. And it makes my brain tired. So I kind of want to avoid it if I can. I think the biggest helper the thing that has helped the most has been that I took out all of my like winter sweaters and stuff and I packed those up and put them away. Normally I don't do that because I forget about them and then it's a pain in the butt to switch out seasonal clothing. I don't enjoy doing that. But in this case, it helped me see better what was left after that. I also went through those as I did it. So I decluttered some of that too. But now I have a better visual representation of what else is in the closet that I can wear in the warmer months or in layers in the colder months. And eventually all that is going to have to come back. But I'm hoping that the overall closet space will be in a better position when and before that actually happens. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Another thing that has made a big difference is that in the last, like a year and a half ago is when I started going back to work. And I'd spent 10 years at home before that. Yes, it's a pretty casual place and there's a lot of flexibility in what I can wear, but it's still different than being at home. Like I wouldn't wear this at work, but I'm wearing it at home. So that has also put different demands on my closet and changed what does and doesn't work and how often things get worn. I have been approaching this though as like a cyclical thing. That's not the right word. I don't know. Not a one and done project. Like I've already been through my closet 3 or 4 times. Still going through it. Still finding things to get rid of. As long as I'm open to continuing to get rid of things and I don't mentally like adopt this mindset that I'm done, it's decluttered, then it keeps getting smaller. And I feel like that's a good thing. But it does take a little bit of discipline to be like, okay, we're going to go through it again. See what else I don't need. Or to get rid of things that I've worn a ton of. I can't even see anymore. Worn this tank top like a ton. It's a great layering piece, but at this point it's dingy and it doesn't look great anymore. And so I have stopped reaching for it, but I've still been reluctant to get rid of it because it's like a staple piece. Well, I can replace it. I can get a new staple piece. That's okay. Like I'm not reaching for it because it's not clean anymore. Like it's stained, dingy, dirty, and it doesn't even fit. But it's still here. Or how about the tub of shoes that has been hiding in a bin in here and I haven't even looked at in who knows how long. I'm pretty sure I could just dump all these straight into the donate box and I wouldn't miss them.
So the epilator, you guys, it hurts so much. I was like sweating from the stress and tearing up a little bit because boy, that hurts. Supposedly after 3 or 4 times doing it, it gets better. And all I can say is it better because honestly, I don't even know if I have the balls to make it through 3 or 4 sessions of that because holy crap. And some people do like their underarms or their bikini area. Like, I just did my legs and it was awful. I will say it was worse on the lower leg than on the upper leg. Yeah, my upper thigh didn't bother me really at all, but my calves and shins were, and like around the ankle area. Ooh, boy, that was intense. So we'll see how my epilator journey develops. The tattoo is starting to darken. You can kind of see it. So it goes on clear and then over like a day or 2, it darkens until it is fully developed and then it lasts about a week. So we'll see. It doesn't look as detailed as the other one that I have, as the other one that I used. The other one was a different brand. So I'm a little nervous that I'm going to have like a black blotch on my arm here, but we'll see what happens when I wake up tomorrow. This is a swallow. So my plan for the tattoo is to have a swallow and have it be like in front of or on top of, surrounded by some wild roses. There's a lot of meaning to that for me personally, but I can't decide if I want it on the inside of the arm or on the front of the arm. And I kind of like split the difference on the placement here. It's sort of like on both, I don't know. And so there would be flowers here behind it and like flowers here below it. So then, yeah, I don't know. But that's why I'm doing this, is to try and figure out the placement and the size. The size seems about right. I'd maybe go a little bigger, but yeah, I don't know. We'll see what it looks like tomorrow when I wake up. I also made some progress on Unknown Caller today. It's not going at all where I think I thought it was going to go, so that's fun. I'm probably just under halfway through. And I just really like Gillian McAllister's writing, and I will say I've read a couple of her books now, and it's like a popcorn thriller, you know, but her twists always catch me off guard, which is not true of all thriller authors. I often can guess the ending. So the fact that she usually catches me off guard makes me really like her. She's a little different. She's a British author, so usually her characters are British. They're British again here, but the setting this time is American, so that's fun. But yeah, I don't know. It's just a different vibe reading her. So, and it's very hot and summer, like the setting, the timing where the story takes place is in the summer, and it's in Texas right now anyway. And yeah, I don't know. It's just a fun summer read. So I'm glad that I'm making progress through that. Hopefully I'll finish that in the next day or 2 and be able to move back into my summer reading list. This is a deviation. This was not on my TBR, but I knew that was going to happen. So here we are. I also really want to read my book of the month picks for this month. So yeah, I've noticed that I say "so" a lot, and that just is a bad habit that I want to break. It bothers me when I watch my videos back. So see, I had a professor in college who used to hold up her fingers and count every time someone said "like" as they were speaking. And that really busted that habit for me really quickly. And I feel like maybe I need to employ something similar with the word "so," because I use that a ton when I'm talking. I really want to say it right now. I'm just coloring now. I ordered some more. I have the Ohuhu alcohol markers and then some colored pencils. I don't know if you can read that. There you go. They're decent quality for me. I'm not an artist by any means, so I don't need anything fancy, but I have a humongous set. This colored pencil set has like 550 different colors in it, which is awesome. But I don't have that many alcohol markers, and I ordered a couple additional sets to kind of round out my color collection, and they were supposed to come today. And then the Amazon notification said that they had some kind of trouble delivering it, which usually means, and it arrived at like 4:10, it usually means that the driver just wanted to be done for the day and it'll come tomorrow, which is a little disappointing. So I'm trying to be really patient, and I'm not good at patience. Here we are. But I've been having fun just doing these like bold, cutie little coloring books. They're really fun. I also ordered a new silicone mat to go behind the pages because these bleed really badly, obviously. And that is in the same order, so hopefully it will come soon. For now, I'm just experimenting with kind of combining some of the markers with colored pencils. I have no idea what I'm doing, but here we are. Hobbies should be fun. You don't have to be good at them, right? That's what I'm going with. I don't like this color. Oh, also, update on my car. We took it to the mechanic, as you know, and they called this morning and they are replacing everything. No charge to us, which is great because the damage wouldn't have existed had they tightened the tire down. And here's the thing. I actually really like our mechanic. He's a great guy. I don't know what happened. Like, I'm assuming they had someone new and somehow their quality control process just went off the rails. Don't know. I'm considering it a total fluke and we'll move forward. But I am glad, and this is just another reason why that shows that our mechanic is a good guy, that he's willing to, you know, admit that it was their screw up and it could have gone really badly and it didn't, thank goodness, but they're going to make it right. And I like that. So we will be picking up my car tomorrow morning before work. And hopefully everything will go smoothly from there. But yeah, it's been quite the dramatic week. I am looking forward to having a nice, relaxing weekend. My husband will be gone building cabinets, so it'll be just me and the girls, but that's okay. They are honestly like the best kids you could ask for. They get along so well, so I'm not worried about spending the weekend alone with them. It'll be fun. But we'll have to find something entertaining to do. I don't really have big plans. Maybe we'll color some more, and they'll think it's cool if Mom colors with them. And hopefully my new marker sets will be here and I can swatch them out and give those a try too. It has like some more pastel and skin tone colors in it, which just gives more versatility to what I can do. So that'll be fun. I am looking forward to that. And trying really hard not to say so.